Well, hello again. So I'm just prepping this area here for the next panel. We put that one on a couple of weeks ago. It's been almost 2 weeks since I have been able to work on the siding here. Some other things come up. So anyways, I'm just getting this next panel here prepped. So I just cut that angled chunk out of there. That's what it was like. That's what it was like on the other side. I gotta knock that out of there. And I'm just gonna put vertical bracing in here. So that's what I'll do next. And then got the outsides of a few of these pieces here when they had the siding on it, when I put this all in there. I couldn't get at until I got the aluminum off the outside, so that's all off now. So I can I'll go along and weld that up, and all at the same time. So hopefully I can put this next panel on in the next couple hours or so. More later. All right, so there's that upright all done. And make it match the bottom one. And we'll continue the rivet holes. This one has two side by side, so we'll run same thing, rivets up here once the skin's on and it's all refinished. I just got to move the scaffolding back, a couple of spots back there, take the window out, and then we'll put the next panel on. And there's the next panel all painted up, ready for the aluminum sheet to go up in there. We've had it up in there, fit it, and it's just sitting out there. Window opening cut out of it, cut the lengths, and ready to go up. So I'd like to get it up tonight, but we'll see how Dad's energy level goes. It might be a tomorrow thing. Anyways, it's ready to go. Let that stuff cure for a little bit, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what we're doing here is using a ratchet strap onto the bottom of the aluminum sheet, and then pulling it up into place. I had to pry this out quite a ways, put some sealant under it, and I'm just using the original screws to screw it all back down again. So right now it's got a pretty good bow in it. It's got some tension on it, you know, held up pretty tight, but I'll go and knock that all down in a couple of minutes, and then put some screws in, and then that should just drop right down against the body. But these straps work really good for holding it up into place, and then you can just kind of ratchet it up the size you want to get it up where you want it. It beat the heck out of struggling with it. The first one we didn't do that, and we struggled like crazy getting it up into place and holding it there and clamping it and all that stuff. So this worked out a lot better. So I think that's the way we'll do it from now on. So it's all up in place here, clecoed in, screwed along the top edge. It's all sealed up. And again, I ran it a seam sealer. Long, you know, it's a Labor Day weekend and the parts house is closed. So again, I'm screwed. But it's so stinking hot that not a lot of ambition anyways. So I'm going to do this next panel up here this evening when it cools off a little bit. Up to just ahead of the door here. Right up into here. So do that tonight. And that's what it looks like from the inside. middle of September here, I'll get some more of the aluminum and get the 5x10 piece I need for across the to do the roof here. That material that's up there now is just a little too light, so I'll use that somewhere else and get some heavier material for up there. Anyways, and I still have to paint all the exposed original framing here. Probably get this piece done up to here and then go back and coat all that stuff. Just got it coated and sealed, on the outside between the skin and the framework now, but I'll come back and do all of it. So a little bit more later. Well, there's the next panel up around the door, up in place. There's no sealer or anything under there yet, so it's got to come down, and I'll seal behind both of these panels. I'll drill all this first and then pull it down, clean it all out, and seam seal it, and then I'll put the sealer on it, paint it, all that kind of stuff, and then put it back up and rivet it in. That's what I'm hoping to have done today. The parts house is open today, so I can go down and grab some material I need, and then that'll be, once this is done, that's pretty much this side except for the slide out. So that'll be, a little bit more work to do on that yet before I can put the skins on it. I have the skin for it, I just have to do a little bit of work to it. So I'll get this done up to here, and then I'm going to go back to the back there and do the around the back, and then I'll come up and we'll start working on the slide outs. And there's a quick shot of it from the inside. Getting dark in here. I have to start putting some lights in. Anyways, later. Okay, so there's where I got to over the weekend. This panel's on, pretty much riveted down. We haven't dressed we haven't put the rivets on the bottom here yet, or dressed all the rivets that we put in. They're just installed at this point. Over the next couple of days I'll try and get those all dressed up. We're up on the door here, got it around to about half the rivets in that. I got to move the whole scaffolding here and move the door, close the door, and then I can continue with the rest of the rivets on there. And then, like I said before, I'm going to move to the back and go around the rear. But yeah, that's where we got to. That's where we got to this weekend. Just started rolling the edge there. I don't know if you can see that in the video here or not, but around that door edge, I got up just to where it starts to curve there. So continue with that after I do some more riveting. I have to roll the edge before I can close the door because the material sticking out kept the door from closing. So yeah, we'll continue with it tomorrow night. So I got the rest of this drilled out. Just got it cleat coated in place right now because I have to do a little bit more work on this slide out here. Up in these corners, I got a little more welding to do up in here for, this is all just tacked together right now, and it needs to be welded up. So I'm just got the pieces made up and all drilled and cleat-coated in place, and then I'm just going to, once I my welders at the other end of the bus and all this scaffolding in the way, so I'm going to just leave it at that for now and go back and do the curve around the back, finish the back end, and then I got to move the scaffolding forward anyways to do this this slide out here. So I'll when I do that, then I'll do all this and finish this up. So I'm moving to the back. So on a side note, when some of you guys have been watching these for a while, you'll remember I had a little bit of trouble with this door, getting it to close very well, just because of the seal. Well, now because it's got the skin on it, it weighs more, it's closing a lot nicer. So sometimes the problems, just if you ignore them long enough, they just go away all by themselves. Doesn't happen very often, but anyways, so it I still have to give it a little push, you know, to pop it, to get the latch to release, because there's still, you know, a fair amount of tension on it, but it's closed up really nice and it's not a big deal. You just, I don't know if I can do it with one hand, but anyways, just well, maybe I can use my knee. Anyways, you just give it a little push and it pops open. So I'll see if I can adjust that a little bit as we go along, and I think it'll probably close even nicer once I get something on the inside. It's going to weigh, you know, bring the weight up. So now basically when you swing it shut, you just give it a little push and it closes up really nice. Before, I guess it didn't weigh enough, so it would just catch on the first latch, and you had to slam it pretty hard to get it to close, but now it's nothing to it. Anyways, that's where we're at for now, and I'm going to go start working on the rear, and I'm going to make up the other panel for this this other bay door here afterwards. So that's all done. I have enough stainless to do that, so I got to get some more.